Hi, I'm Linda. I'm a life coach. I'm going to talk about change today, particularly things that I've learned in the last decade about change that made it easier or harder. Now, my younger self didn't embrace change as much as it embraced stability. And so I have changed my beliefs about change based on the needs that I've had that have changed and the needs of the world that have changed. So let me share some things that I've learned that have made it easier or harder. Let's start with one of the hardest things, which would be making a change by myself without having experience and with external resistance of some kind. I think this was the hardest way for me to make change because facing resistance required a lot of confidence and energy. But it meant that I was starting to make a change to face resistance externally. Also, not having experience sometimes meant redoing a step, and I didn't exactly know what steps to take or what the end might look like. I had a general idea, but not fully. Then there would be making a change by myself, so internally motivated, but having some experience. And this is a little easier. So, for example, moving. Having some experience with moving in the past, kind of knew the steps we need to take to be able to move in the future. Or going through a significant loss, although that wasn't easy, having experience with it let me know kind of the steps that I needed to take to find a new normal in the end. So you kind of know what it's like to get to the other side if you've had experience with something before. Then there would be making a change without experience, but with support or in community. So support could be with a life coach like myself, or being a part of community where someone has already blazed a trail or laid out the steps or setting an example of what the end looks like. This is nice because there might be a way to ask questions or learn from others. And there's power in support or community. Then there might be making a change with experience and within community or support. And this could be individual with a coach again. And an individual like myself can only have so much impact, I think. But a community with a common vision, I don't know that there's a limit to the amount of impact an entire community could have, especially if that community grows. Now, I will say oftentimes, making a change was an individual decision, whether I had experience or support or not initially, and I found support of coaches and communities along the way after making changes, and it allowed me to know what kind of support and community I really wanted to have as I continued along my road of change. So if you want to make a change in your life, consider finding a coach or a community to be a part of that might have some experience with the change that you're looking to accomplish. Sometimes when we pick a new path, we just start going and we end up discovering new adventures we never knew existed. The more changes we make, the easier changes become moving forward. At least that's been the case for me. So whatever stage of change that you're in, whatever your change looks like, it takes courage to make a change. And so I'm proud of you for having the courage to try. I hope that you reach all the changes that you desire and that you live well.